Hey everyone, it's Chris Langton here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a simple, not easy, but a simple organic strategy to get appointments for your gym for free, like actually for free, anywhere upwards of 30 to 50 appointments in the next sort of 30 days, and doing that entirely organically. I don't need to explain why that's valuable and why that's important. You definitely feel that as a gym owner. I mean, if someone were to offer you 30 to 50 free appointments with people that are interested in your service and interested to come to your gym, who wouldn't say no to that? So we're gonna go through that strategy today. Like I said, it's simple, but it's not easy per se, right? It's a great way to make a lot of cash upfront for your gym really quickly, but not easily. I think it was MJ DeMarco who said, "Get rich quick exists. It's get rich easy that doesn't exist." Okay, people conflate the two things. So people think that getting rich quick or making a bunch of cash upfront for your business quick is impossible because they conflate it with it being easy. So I'm telling you right now, it's not easy, right? But it is quite a simple strategy. It just takes work, and it just takes a little bit of knowledge of how to do it, which we're going to go through today, and it can be done fairly quickly, right? So anyway, if you're not familiar with me and not familiar with the channel, my name's Chris, and I help gym owners to scale and grow and actually do that profitably. And an amazing way to get started on that is with organic strategies, with free strategies that you can implement for your gym to generate a ton of appointments upfront in a short span of time, right? So the strategy is called database reactivation. Now, you might have heard of this before, you might not have, but essentially, here are the things that you're gonna need to run this simple strategy. So first, you're gonna need a list, right? So if your gym has been operating for some time, you will have, I'm sure, lying around somewhere, I hope, okay, you'll have a list of past leads that maybe were interested, they indicated interest somewhere, maybe on your website, or maybe they even came down for a trial but they didn't sign up because of whatever reason, it wasn't the right time for them, whatever it may be. All right, so you'll have this list of past leads, or maybe even of previous members that aren't current members at your facility, right? So first, you'll need that list, right? So that will typically be names, emails, phone number. That's pretty much all you need. In fact, you only really need name and phone number, because how you'd run the strategy is entirely through SMS. We're not going to touch email here because it's 2023. People aren't really going to respond if your gym emails them. A very small percentage of them will, but it's not enough for us to dedicate the resources to that. So anyway, names and phone numbers, that's pretty much all you need. And that list of inactive or past leads, or even past members. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is you're going to need a way to reach out to that list systematically and not manually, okay? Because if you've been operating your gym for a while, again, this list might be huge. It might be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people, right? If you were to text them, manually, one by one, it's gonna take forever. And even if you pay someone to do that, it's gonna take forever and it's gonna cost a lot of money, and then it wouldn't be a free strategy anymore. So anyway, you're gonna want a way to reach out to those leads systematically and in an automated way that is still personalized. I have to stress this, it's still personalized. It still comes across as a personal reach out to this person, right? So you're gonna want a way to do that. Now, there's many ways to do that. There's systems, there's automations to do that. I might go into that later, but you're gonna want that. Okay, that's the second thing. And then the third thing you're gonna want is an offer, right? So you're gonna want a reason that you can present to these people that you're reaching out, right? Humans have something called a reason-respecting tendency. So what that means is that we are more likely to believe and we are more likely to make sense of something if a reason is provided. So if I tell you, like, I'm reaching out to give you a free workout at my gym, right? The first thing you're gonna think is, oh, am I gonna owe you something? Why are you giving me this thing? But if you say, hey, we're running a little Black Friday free session, we're giving out a free session because of Black Friday, or Father's Day free session, come on down, have a nice workout, it's totally free, if there's a reason, a summer free session, something like that, right? It can be any sort of reason, as long as there is one and there's an offer that's given to them for them to make sense of why they're getting this thing, then that'll be good, right? So again, it's list and then a systematic way to reach out to them, and then what exactly you're reaching out with is the offer. All right, so when you have these three things, you can pretty much run this strategy already. So Chris, okay, I have a list. I have a couple of ideas of an offer I can run. So what do I do? How do I reach out to them? You said reach out to them systematically. What does that mean? So I'm gonna go into exactly how I do this process, how I run database reactivations completely. I do it entirely for my clients. They don't have to do anything. I do it basically for them. We're going to go into exactly how I do that. I have an entire process, an entire automated system laid out for it that generates, like I said, anywhere between 30 to 50 appointments in 30 days. It obviously depends again on the list size. If your list is basically tiny, then it's not going to generate that many appointments, obviously, right? But the average gym with the average gym's list size of maybe 1,000 to 2,000, 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 sort of size of a list, anywhere between 30, 50, 60 appointments is very possible, right? So we're going to go into exactly how I do that, the system that I have, and the automations that I set up. It's not going to be confusing, I promise you. All right, so let's go. Okay, so very quickly, we're going to go through what a systematic approach to this sort of reaching out would look like. Now, do not be alarmed. We are just inside a software that I have set up to just demonstrate an example of this, right? With an automation that, I run for my clients. Okay, so here we are inside something called a workflow, which is basically just showing in visual form the automation that we're going to put this list through. Okay, so just very simple breakdown. So the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to add this list of people to this workflow. They're going to be put in here at the start. Okay, so at the start, the first thing they're going to get is just a text with the offer, right? Super simple. So it's personalized as well. So, hey, contact first name. So their first name would go here. So for example, hey, John, right? This is the text they receive. Hey, John, this is Ashley over at location name. So that will be your gym's name, right? So hey, John, this is Ashley over at ABC Gym, right? Why Ashley? Well, you can honestly put this to, any name that you want. Ashley is just a nice name to go for it. The reason you might not want to put this as your own name, I mean, you could, but you might not want to put this as your own name because then you would have to take responsibility basically for the conversation, and any conversation that is had with this lead, whether it's you texting them or not, whether it's you texting them or me texting them or, someone helping you to book these appointments, you're going to have to act as if you're the person who had that conversation. So it's just kind of easier to just put a name there. And it's good because it makes these people feel like they are speaking to a real person, which they are, right? So that improves reply rates. It improves, positive response rates, etc. So anyway, hey, John, this is Ashley over at ABC Gym, right? Today we're giving out a few, whatever your offer is, right? It could be, free session passes, right? Free taster session passes if you're a CrossFit gym for insert reason, for Father's Day, whatever it may be, right? Would you like one? Simple, right? Super simple. And then we put in a little clause at the bottom for them to say, if they want us to stop texting you, just say stop, right? For whatever reason, you don't know, maybe some of these people, they've moved away, they've moved to a different city, or, they sign up at another gym, or whatever reason it is. If they want you to stop texting them, we include this little clause, they just say stop, right? What this will do is it will help to clean your list, right? Because everyone that says stop, we are going to put them through a certain part of this workflow that will put them on do not disturb, meaning you will never reach out to this contact again, right? And you get your list cleaned out of these people who would not ever want to opt in anyway because they've said stop, right? So this helps us to clean the list. It's very important. All right, so that's the first message they get, right? And then we just wait. Okay, we just wait for 2 days. Wait for them to reply, right? And we see what their reply contains. So if their reply message contains a yes, right? Any kind of yes that they're interested, right? Because we asked them, would you like one, right? So if they give any sort of yes, if they give yes, sure, yeah, yup, all right, obviously, yeah, without the H will pick up yeah with the H, etc. So if their replied message contains any of these, right, then we know that they've said yes. And so what happens then is we add them to a lead nurturing workflow. All right, now I won't go into that in this video, but it's simple. It's just this lead is now interested, so we're going to nurture them into booking an appointment. So then they get put into a different workflow, a different automation. We're going to have a different conversation with them, right? Because they're interested. So that's what's going to happen. Now, if it does not contain a yes, right? If their reply message does not contain a yes, but it does contain a stop, then what we're going to do is we're going to put them on do not disturb. So we're not going to touch this contact again, and they will be removed from the list so that they will never be sent another text from you again. Yeah, so that's do not disturb if they have a stop. Okay, if there's no yes and there's no stop, that means they're somewhere in the middle, right? They haven't overtly said yes, but they haven't also overtly told you to stop texting them. So maybe they just have a question. Maybe they want to know something. Oh, I'm sorry, where is your gym again? Something like that, right? That would fall into this branch over here. Right, so then we just have a little wait time just for you to answer whatever questions they may have, or bring them from a maybe they're somewhere at a maybe area and bring them to a yes, etc. All right, so that's it. It is extremely simple. You can see it's a very short sort of workflow, but yeah, something like this works wonders. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but this is just what I have set up and what works well. Again, this is just an example as well. This is just an example workflow. So for my clients, I do run different things. I do tweak things here and there and optimize them. But yeah, this is just an example of what you could do, how it could work. Now, in order to have a software like this, obviously it costs money. So again, you could get somebody to set this up for you and to run it for you, and yeah, then you wouldn't have to have any sort of worry about all of this. This is just the back end. I'm just showing you what it's like. But yeah, I do this all for my clients without them having to worry about it at all. So yeah, that's how you would run this offer. And again, you would take the people that say yes to this, and then you would put them through a lead nurturing system where you would call them and you would text them and basically just reach out and get them to book an appointment with you. Right. And then they show up to the gym, they have a free session, they have whatever it is. And then you have the opportunity to speak to them again and maybe they sign up. Right. So you can see that this is simple, right? It is simple in the sense that it's not extremely complicated, right? It's not a complicated process, but it's not easy, okay, in the sense that you would need someone to set all of this up for you, and you'd need to do the lead nurturing, or you pay someone to do the lead nurturing for you, etc. So it takes work, right? It takes work, but it's super worth it because again, you can get a ton of appointments with the strategy completely for free, right? So this is a great way to generate lots of additional revenue and upfront cash for your gym to either reinvest or just have more cash flow in the business, which is never a bad thing. All right, so yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful for you. If you have found this at least a little bit useful, or you want to learn more about these sorts of things, drop a comment, drop a like. Let me know that you enjoy this. Let me know that you want to find out more about certain things. And drop a like and drop a sub if you are so inclined to do so. And if you're a little bit interested, if you're more interested in how I do this for my clients and you want to find out more about how that works, again, you can check out the first link in the description of this video. Again, you don't have to. I don't mind if you do or not. It's just if you're interested and if you want to find out more, if you're curious about that, because again, I do this entirely done for you, for my own clients. So yeah, if you're interested in that, you can check that out. And if not, I hope that you have enjoyed this video and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers. Take care.